Hello, and Happy New Year. I want to share a quote with you that has great power. It is by Hal Abelson. He says, "If I have not seen as far as others, it is because giants were standing on my shoulder." There is a powerful concept that I want to talk about. Everyone is focused on New Year's resolutions, on what it's going to do for you. But I want a lot of your resolutions to be because of what it's going to do for others. And one of the resolutions is core. It is basic. It is a foundation principle. And here it is. Whose shoulders are you standing on? We all stand on someone else's shoulders, and they provided the way. I am standing on shoulders of so many people, thousands of people that have passed this way before and taught me a little bit along the journey, and then I'm going forth and doing their work. Even Jesus said something that few have understood. He said, "Others will come along," this is paraphrased, "that will do even greater works than I." We think, how could we do greater works than Jesus? It is because we are continuing the work. We are continuing to let our light shine, like he said. We're all standing on someone's shoulders. If they have been a very negative influence in our life, then we tend to pass on those negative traits. In the Bible, it talks about generational curses, where, one generation will be cursed, and then the next, and then the next, and the next. It is not a curse of God. It is because we choose to pass it on. We choose to pass on the good or the negative. Whose shoulders are you standing on? Realize that right now, at the beginning of 2009, you can stand on the shoulders of God. I invite you to look to the positive people in your life and stand on the memory of their shoulders and pass it on. I want to show something to you that I've never shown before. It's hard to believe, but this picture is from 20 years ago. On stage with Norman Vincent Peale. Norman Vincent Peale wrote the bestseller, The Power of Positive Thinking. What a great man he was. And he's one of the people's shoulders that I stand on. In stature, he was a very small man. He and his wife, Ruth, created a wondrous ministry that continues today. There are 1,000 people that are probably doing a better job than I am of continuing his positive message to the world. I want you to realize that your life, that you're living, it is only the beginning. You will live forever because others will live from your example. They will continue your good work or your bad, and I pray that it will not be your bad. You've heard before the old saying, "The weight of the world is on my shoulders." Well, I believe it's when you're passing on mistakes instead of the good. When you're passing on the good, your yoke is easy. And it is a joy to be alive. It's a joy to be in the lives of others. It will make you more alive in 2009. Well, can you reinvent the way you're living? Can you reinvent the way you're making your light shine? You betcha you can. You can. And this is the year to begin. It is the year to go higher. Not lower, to go higher in every way. Now, one of the reasons that I offer things like the bookmark for anyone that donates anything to the ministry, they'll receive one of these, is because I want it to be in the pages of a positive book. I've already mentioned The Power of Positive Thinking. If you haven't read it, I encourage you to do so. Another great book, easy read, and yet it will inspire you, is Og Mondino's The Greatest Salesman and his other works. Wayne Dyer's books. There are so many good books. We're bringing out good books. I want you to have a positive book by your side where when you have a few minutes, you can open up the pages and infill your mind with positive, wonderful truth. When we fill our minds with positive things, we have positive results in our life. There have been so many that I have stood upon. Many of the people I never even met, and you've never met. When you read the positive authors that stand on the shoulders of early pioneers in this work, Charles and Myrtle Fillmore, there are so many great people that have passed now. I've told the story before of my family being in the funeral business and how as a little child I used to walk through the cemeteries, look at the gravestones, and how I would think about the lives that were lived. Well, I want you to leave something behind much greater than a piece of granite with your name on it. I want you to imprint your name on people's hearts so that they will be able to take your example and then live a greater life than you ever imagined living. There are thousands of you that will do a greater work after I'm gone than I've ever done. I know that. And that is my reason for being here. It's also your reason for being here. It's why we're alive. So let's do our resolutions. Let's become better people in 2009, but let's also see the large picture of what we can do standing on a foundation of God, becoming an example for other people to follow, living our life with the eventual goal of others doing a better job than we've ever even thought of doing. And then we will make a difference. Then we will have a real purpose in our life. And then we will have a reason to relish the moment of being alive. Well, God bless you, my dear friend. God bless you in every way in 2009. Remember to ask yourself the question, whose shoulders am I standing on? And then follow up that question with, who's standing on my shoulders in the future?